All right, good morning, everybody. Hello, my name is Justin. Most people call me GDT, and welcome to another live trading video here on the channel. Today, I've got two trades for you, both shorts, one right out of the open of the market and one on a low-priced one a bit later on in the morning. So I hope you enjoy. Make sure you check all the links down in the description below, including my website, garageDaytrader.com, for all kinds of great discounts on day trading related material and merch. Let's trade. Okay, so the first trade today was here on XPEV. You can see it hitting beautifully on the positive I3 scan right to my right, and I'm watching it here as it's popping up into the 930s here. I'm going to go ahead and get started with a short here, 200 shares short at 930 on XPEV, and I'm either going to look for a move back down towards 9 to start covering out, or I'm going to look for a move up towards 950 to add in more shares here. I did have to consider that we had low availability on this. I think it was like 30 or 40K on the availability for shorting, which is pretty low. That can run out quick on IB. So I did have to keep that in mind and watch the availability of the shares as it went along here in this trade. But as it is, that's the game plan here on XPEV to start the day. Really nice move. You can see it moved from 850 all the way up to 930. So almost a point there on a $9 stock is a really big move. I believe it might have been on earnings, but nonetheless, it's definitely one of the better moves that I've seen in quite some time. So here it comes up towards 950. So the plan is to kind of front run 950 here in case it doesn't quite want to break that 950 level. So I put 200 shares out here at 949, looking to see if I can get a fill up here towards the 950 level. And it's going to go ahead and come up and fill me right there. So now 400 shares short here on XPEV at an average of 939.5. So basically 939 here. And I'll be looking to not cover any out until we get a move down below both of my entries. So going to look for below 930 here before I start taking any shares off. And really, I probably could have done a half cover here instead of a 3/4 cover, which is what I was getting ready to do. So in hindsight, probably should have done a half cover, but as it does come down through the 930s there, I go ahead and take off 3/4. So now into 100 shares here now on XPEV. I've locked in 35 bucks, and we'll see if it can get down a bit further down towards VWAP. It does pretty quickly, and I decide just to take the whole thing right there for plus $57, which, you know, I was kind of more conservative on it, but a lot of that had to do with the available shares that I had here at XPEV, not wanting to run out and get stuck in something that I couldn't do my plan on. So a little bit later in the morning, well, much later in the morning, is ANTE, and this was actually alerting on one of my ISW scans that I don't have set up for you guys to see on the screen here. I will be making a video shortly about ISW 3.0 and all the great things that are in the new version that is out now, but ANTE was alerting on one of my other scans, and I watched it as it was above 140 here and failing to push higher. So I decided to go ahead and get started with 200 shares short at an average of 141. This kind of had some of the same issues that XPEV had in the limited availability of the shares. So wanted to take it kind of easy. So even though it's only $1.40 stock, still only took 200 shares just because I didn't want to get into something and then not be able to execute my plan the way I want to because of availability of shares on IB. So like I said, in here at 141, going to look for a move through 150 to add. Otherwise, down under the 130s is what I'm thinking about for starting to cover this one out. Really, I mean, when I first looked at this, my first thought was, man, this can probably get up through or back down towards 1. Really, ideally, it has that potential in it. So I was thinking it could possibly make that kind of move back down towards 1. But like I said, I was going to be a little bit more conservative with it just because of the availability of the shares, and although I want to be trading these real low crap price companies a lot more, still not quite used to it. Something that I'm still forcing myself into, but especially one guy in the room trades these all the time and actually absolutely kills them. So at least I gave it a go here on Ante, and looking for under 130 here, like I said, for the first cover. There it comes under. I get half of my shares off there at 130. And now I'll look for down a little bit further, looking for down towards 120-ish. And kind of could have been more patient here on this one too, especially once it did make this move down through the 130s. Obviously, there's tons of room to the downside, down towards 110, down towards $1, which is really what should have been looking for here. But, you know, it's a Friday. I'll take what I can get and be happy with it. So I can't really complain too much here on Ante, especially a dollar stock, not normally used to trading these. So looking for more though. See if we can get down. I want to watch the sellers. If the sellers keep pushing down, I'm going to wait. If I start to see them stall a little bit, I may go ahead and cover this one out. So the sellers are still pushing down. They're still stacking up every time they come down a little bit more. So trying to be patient and wait for more of a move here on ante. And I'm just waiting and watching. And you can see the sellers are still coming down, stacking up, still coming down, stacking up. So I'm watching this 125. It gets down to 125, and I decide just to take it right there, even though the sellers were still stacking up and coming down. So like I said, definitely could have been more patient here. But add another $26 today to get me up to, what's that, 84 overall on a Friday here. So that's going to do it for me. Overall, can't complain. It was my best day of the week, P&L wise trading. So, it's still pretty slow out there. But if I can just keep stacking them, and just be patient and wait for what I want, what I need, then it's just going to keep stacking up and grow the account from there. So I hope you all have a great St. Patrick's Day weekend. Be safe. Don't do anything overly crazy. I'll see you all next week.